Welcome back, everyone. It is February 20th, 1942, and we're finally back with another turn of our game of Focus Pacific versus the Empire of Japan. Let's see what this turn has in store for us. It starts out with a little night bombing of Chongqing. Which continues here, night bombing of Zhejiang as well. That time it does a little bit of damage, putting a hit on the runway. This is where we have some action around the Coral Sea, a little sweeping. But around the Coral Sea, we have Japanese carriers kind of on their way. We have American carriers in the area as well, and we're going to see what happens there, if they tangle up or not. It could potentially be a pretty disastrous turn. We'll see. Bombing, of course, of Manila. And I bomb a little bit north of Cyan. It looks like he has some zeros there, so I'm going to have to be careful about that and make sure I have some escorts on their way as well. Four-engine bombers go after the Rabaul airfield. They make it through. It looks like I lose quite a few bombers, but also do some damage to the airfield and the planes there. Three damage B-17Es there, but destroying 3 planes on the ground. Not much done there, just a Val. Alright, and so this looks like the Japanese carriers. We do have a strike package coming from Port Moresby, including some Dauntlesses and some Banshees. I don't know if they can get through or not. He's going to have a lot of zeros here to throw up his cap. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to tear through my escorts pretty easily, and now he's in among my bombers. They get through, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to land any hits, which is disappointing. Yeah, so let's take a look here. We only destroy 2 roofs. We lose a whole lot of planes, but let's see what he has here. It's like 2 CVEs, probably more in this task force, plus a cruiser and a light cruiser. An unescorted strike comes in, that's going to get torn apart. And this one, a little bit of a larger strike, but not as much of an escort here, just some buffaloes. Let's see if anything gets through. Some does, and looks like some damage to an AKL and an LSD. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing any damage on the carriers. So yeah, we lose quite a few planes again. Yeah, just some bombs on that AK and that LSD. None on the carriers. Disappointing. Yeah, another strike comes through. This time, it looks like it's some French planes. 24 of these CW-77s come in, and it looks like we're going to land some hits on the carriers. Not many. Take out a 0, lose a CW-77, but 4 bomb hits on the CVE Satsuma, so that's good news. Now some come in unescorted. Oh, looks like they place a nice hit on the Satsuma, 2 hits on the Tadaomi. Heavy smoke from fire obscuring the CV Satsuma, so some heavy damage there to that aircraft carrier. More damage to the runway at Rabaul. And this time, my bombers from Lanchow run into that cap and get taken apart north of Cyan. Onto the PM airface. We'll see if we see any afternoon strikes here. Sweep over Singapore, and they lose an Oscar. And some more sweeps. This time, they lose an Oscar, but we lose a Hurricane and a B-33-9D. Alright, another strike here. This time looks like maybe a little bit better escorted. Let's see if they can get through. A few do. Looks like we got a good hit there on the Aki. Several good hits. Again, losing lots of planes here. Look at all these losses. They only lose 1 roof. But yeah, 4 hits on the CV Aki, so that's good news. Another unescorted strike. Banshees, of course, don't make it through. Another sweep here. Trading a Demon for a 0. And that's it. So yeah, definitely a lot of action down there in the Solomon Sea and Bismarck Sea. Japanese delivered attack in Singapore. So we're going to see if this is the day that Singapore falls or not. It's very, very possible. It looked like most of those carrier planes down near Port Moresby there, or most of the planes down there near Port Moresby on my side were not carrier aircraft, but instead land-based aircraft. There were, I believe, maybe some planes from the French carriers, maybe some of my CVLs, but our big American carriers did not get involved. I just don't think they were close enough yet. And I'm going to have to see how close everything else is before deciding to commit, and if they have more CV task forces there. I think he does. I think he has some more carrier task forces in the area, not just that little CVE force. Very long bombardment here. Attack phase. Really just there. I lose another unit. You can see it's destroyed. 9th Indian is still holding up all right there. 241 AV. It's really, I think, the last remaining division in good shape. They get a 1-2, which is good for me, so they don't reduce forts at all. Yeah, and they take pretty good losses, but though I do have 3 of my units destroyed, which is, of course, unfortunate. Bombardment attack here, north of Nanyang. Kind of inconclusive there. Liver attack, 34-1 on this little trapped group I have here next to Nanning. It's going to get destroyed, but that's okay. It'll reappear at Chungking. It's pretty beat up already, so I'm not going to be losing a lot of combat value. And bombardment attack here on the rail line headed north. I don't have a whole lot here, but they are in good terrain. I take some casualties there. So yeah, he has 1,400, nearly 1,500. I have about 800 there. I do have some other units moving into the hex, though. Bombards at Bataan. This will take a while as well. And I think that goes a little worse for him. He loses 10 guns in that exchange. Of course, bombardment at Manila as well. And only light damage there. I attack here at Ningpo and reduce the fortifications to 0. I get a 2-1. Not a lot of casualties there, but hopefully I can take that hex eventually. And I attack up here at Hangzhou as well. This time I get a 1-5. That's not what we wanted to get. And so that stalls. Though, man, destroy a lot more of his units, his combat squads. That's interesting. But we'll stop that attack for now. We'll withdraw from that hex. He has too many units there for me to budge him out of Hangzhou. And that's it for the turn. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I think next turn we may have some carrier action. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the Discord. Take care, everyone.